Right. So as a man thinketh, so is he. Right? Right. So you have to be very careful. It could be something as simple and slick as that. And those things stick in your mind in such a crazy way, whether it's consciously or subconsciously. But back to the enemy wanting to steal, kill, and destroy, wants to steal your mind, steal your destiny, um, your ability to walk in the purpose that God has for you. And with that, sometimes, and I know personally coming from my standpoint, uh, if it doesn't feel like you are completely engulfed in it the way that you believe you should be engulfed in it, I mean, in every facet, because I always speak about God wants us wealthy, and He does, because we're working for Him. We're kingdom ambassadors. So the things that we're doing on this earth, we're doing to and for the glory of Him. So naturally, He's going to want those of us who are doing things for the glory of Him to represent that in all facets. Heaven is a heavenly place. It's a royal place. If the streets are paved with gold, why wouldn't He want us to live great down here too? Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven, right? And so the enemy literally has used things that were and are unbeknownst to us. Some of us have been very ignorant for years. I'm not bowing out of that because I have. When we got saved with the notion that, and I was very young, that things were just going to be good because we're saved. We didn't learn about things that I'm being taught now. We were taught tradition. And Lord knows that I loved my Baptist upbringing, but there were just things that we weren't taught as little kids through our teens and even early adulthood that I am learning now, and also things that are being uprooted now and things that are being relearned, you know? And so sometimes when I'm saying things and completely like regurgitating things and saying them over and over and over again, you learn through repetition. You become through repetition. It's just like with lifting weights. I'm not going to say a beast. I'm not going to use that word. I became a very strong and powerful woman physically because of what I did in repetition over and over again. And I increased weight. I increased endurance. I had to go through that. And I became very powerful physically. So much to the point that I became a champion in something that I was a novice in. Same thing with this. He wants us to become so strong in this, and we become so powerful in Him, so powerful with the things that He equips us with, that when we walk into places, oh Jesus, when we walk into places, things begin to shift because we walked into them. When we read about the miracles in the Bible, and when it says like greater works you will do, that's what He wants us to do. But we have to begin to say those things first. There's death and life in the power of the tongue, right? Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. We got to say this stuff first. Say it so much that it gets ingrained in us. We meditate on it to where we start to believe it. But the thing is, when the enemy comes to steal your mind, when he becomes so cowardly because he sees the power that is coming in you. He sees it. He knows it's there. He knows what's about to happen, but he wants to get into your mind and make you think that this sounds stupid. These people are making fun of you because they're saying that you're repeating these things, but ain't nothing happening with you. Ain't nothing changing. What are you saying this for? You're saying it, but you're not living it right now. You ain't even living it. Why are you saying that? And you want me to believe you? It ain't even happening with you. It's stuff like that he'll begin to plant into your mind. But you have to be able to push that out. I'm doing this right now too, okay? Not this, but this right now. Because that's a fight. Because I get so excited because I'm learning this stuff all over again. And the beautiful men and women of God, the ministries that I've been able to connect to And being able to sit in my alone time, and Lord knows I have a lot of alone time with him, and to be able to hear him speak. And sometimes when I'm not hearing him speak, I'm like, Lord, wait a minute, wait. But it's literally him wanting me to be still for a minute. But sitting with the word and letting it just get in me, it just excites me. But when you start speaking those things and people haven't known you to speak those things like that, it puts you in a position of being mocked. It puts you in a position of being talked about in such a way that it makes you want to go into hiding. But like I said, there's a responsibility connected to being seen. There's a responsibility for people to see you. There's a responsibility for you to come forth in the front, because God wouldn't have put that off in you if it wasn't. He's telling you to come forth anyway. Don't be afraid of them. I put my words in your mouth. I put my words in your mouth. Jeremiah, come on. And so when the enemy comes to steal your mind, he comes to steal your destiny. He wants to kill your drive. He wants to kill your confidence. He wants to kill the uniqueness that is off in you. He wants to kill it. He wants to kill it. And what better way to kill it than to make you feel ashamed of it? To make you feel ashamed for the very thing that God has put in you. How is a fool who got kicked out of a beautiful place because he started coveting? He started popping his collar and thinking that he thought that he should have more than what he had. Vanity. He thought he was entitled when he already had it made. So he's pissed off right now, and knowing that that is your home. That is your that is your destined home. But he also knows that God has given dominion to us. And the only way to get us out of alignment is to mess with our mind and our belief. We're spirits having a human experience. And because of that, we experience emotions. We experience feelings. And by that, we don't like to feel embarrassment. We don't like to feel shame. We don't like to feel insecure about certain things. But it's those very things that come to the forefront. It's those very things that we are transparent about that helps not only us heal, but it helps somebody else heal. That's another part of that responsibility of being seen. Because in the responsibility of being seen, there's a responsibility to be heard. Sometimes being seen is giving a smiling face. I've said this before. Sometimes somebody needs to see a smiling face because the only faces that they've seen are frowns. But they also need to hear words that are life. They also need to hear words that are giving hope. Words that are giving some kind of instruction, some kind of leeway that is gearing them to a path that can help them get out of a rut. You could be that person that leads them to that path. And it's like, tag team, and I'm sending you to my brother. Tag team, and I'm sending you on to my sister. Because, we're connected to people who, or should be, connected to people who know more than us. But we're still a start. We still have a place. We're still a piece to that puzzle, right? We're still a piece to that puzzle because God has called us to come forth, right? And so, steal, kill, and destroy. When he comes to destroy, he's coming to destroy relationships, godly relationships. And sometimes he will destroy godly relationships by simply bringing and dumping counterfeit relationships right in front of you that look, sound, and feel like the real thing. Delilah relationships. I want to know your weakness. I want to find out your weaknesses so I can get off in there and tear it up. But we know what happened in the end. Yeah, blessed God. But we have to be careful with the power that we give him by relinquishing our